Good evening. I'd like to call to order our annual reorganizational board meeting. Action 101, call meeting to order.
Move it.
Second.
I don't think that's on there, but we're good. I would like to point out our evacuation procedure should we have to evacuate the building. There is an exit behind us. If you need to go out the library, you could go to the right or the left, and there are exit doors on either side. Would you please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. No.
Okay. No. Just double check.
All right. Action 104, appoint our district clerk. Can I get?
Second.
All right. Passes.
All those in favor?
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Passes 700. Okay. All right. Action 1.05, appointment of our temporary chairperson.
Move it.
Can I get a second? Was that Jen? Fallon? Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just taking notes for Mrs. Perry as well, since she is not with us. Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Passes 700. Our next action, 1.06, is a roll call of board members. Mrs. Abelbour is present. Mr. Connors?
Present.
Mr. Crandall?
Present.
Mr. DeJalorme?
Present.
Mrs. Hutchinson?
Present.
Mrs. Mainville?
Present.
And Mrs. Pappalardo?
Present.
Okay. Action 1.07, administration of our oath and our code of ethics. So if we can pull out our oath page, we're going to read that together. I do hereby pledge and declare that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the position of the Fulton City School District Board of Education member according to the best of my ability. Please sign and date that. Today is July 12th.
Swipe the name in the center, please. Yeah.
And then our other form is temporarily not with us, so we are going to sign that at our next meeting, which is July 25th. Is that correct, Mr. Bowden?
That is correct.
Thank you.
Everybody good? Okay. Next action is 1.08, election of the 23-24 office. The outcome of the election of the Board of Office of the City of Fulton School District. First, we will put up for president. Any nominations?
I will nominate Brenda Abelbour.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Passes 700. And we will move to our vice president. Are there any nominations?
I nominate Jen Mainville.
Okay. Is there a second for that? Somebody second for John?
Oh, I second it. I can second it.
Okay. All right. Will that be all?
I'll nominate Nick DeJalorme.
I second.
Okay. All right, so for Mrs. Mainville, all those in favor?
Can Can we open up for discussion?
We sure can.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, one of the things I wanted to address was the reason each candidate wanted to be vice president.
Okay.
So if each of you could give me a reason, whether it's the availability, whether it's the experience, whether et cetera. I'd just like to hear from both of you.
Okay. Ms. Mainville, would you like to start?
I would like to start. I chose to email the current board members of my intent to run for vice president because I'm going on my 3rd term now, and I feel like I'm ready. I'm ready to take on a leadership role. I would like to believe and think that I am a person of moral and ethical standards, and I hold myself to them, and I hold people around me to them as well. I'm not afraid to stand up and do what is right for our kids and our district and make the hard decisions that you often have to as a leader. It might not be the most popular decision at the time, but I am willing to make those educated, because I am in education, decisions for the best of our students and for our Fulton community.
Thank you, Ms. Mainville. Mr. DeJalorme?
Well, I've got 3 years prior experience. I have served during the difficult times and made those difficult decisions.
You've served, excuse me, or you served on the board or as
On the
a
board.
leadership role? Okay.
I too have the best interest of the children and our teachers and our community at heart. I have been in a leadership role, but not with the board. And I have the time, I have the desire. And I think that I would make a good second in command.
Okay.
Can I open something up? Am I allowed to make a statement?
Yeah.
I would also like to bring it to everybody's knowledge that I sent out an email to every current board member. And I did that in the interest of transparency, that we preach it. We preach it during every board meeting, and it is part of my character to be transparent and honest. I got one reply back to the email, and that was from Mr. DeJalorme, and he said that he wanted to wait to see who else was going to run. I just found out this past weekend that he was one and he wanted to run, which is fine. It's great, welcome that. But I never received any notification of that. Jess didn't receive any notification of that, but 4 other board members did. So that kept me up at night, because I think that in order to be an effective and productive team, communication should be at the forefront, along with transparency. And I feel that things were orchestrated behind the scenes. And I wanted to bring it to everybody's attention, not to bash his character, not to do anything like that, but to bring it to everybody's attention that in order for us to move forward, I truly believe that we have to be transparent, have an open line of communication to everybody who is on our team in order to be effective and productive, to do our job here for the kids and for the community.
I just want to respond to that. I'm not required to let anybody know that I want to run for any officer position. And I am allowed to solicit people, asking for their vote. And that's exactly what happened.
And that's telling, so thank you for that.
Well, can I add something, Brenda? I know that Mrs. Mainville did reach out via email. I did also respond to her and just say I was waiting to hear if anybody else was interested. So she must have gotten more than one response. And typically, when we were on the board, an email would go out asking what roles we would like to serve in and what committees we would like to serve in. that didn't happen this year for whatever reason, I'm not sure, but it's typically once anybody lets them know what office people are interested in. So that, not that that's not transparent, it just didn't happen for, you know,
And
whatever reason.
that will go out, that goes out for our second meeting for the committees and what roles that we want to fulfill
Right.
for our duties for the board. And I did reach out to Mrs. Perry to ask that question. And next year, we are more than welcome to ask in advance. I don't think that there's ever been anything since I have been on. I can't speak for years prior as far as the, you know, who wants to run for each role. But that is definitely something going forward that we can most certainly ask who's interested and who's not.
I think the major point here is 2 board members have no knowledge. And I think that's the part that bothers me the most. And that's it. He's free to do what he wants, but in my mind, a good, strong group, a team, to be productive, we need an open line of communication to everybody. Everybody has to be on the same page. And I feel like that step, a crucial step, as important work that we do as a group, as a committee, that was put in the backseat when that should have been at the forefront. And that's it.
Thank you. Thank you. Are we ready to, was there any other questions? Does anybody
No, I
want?
was just gonna finish what you're saying, and that was the thing that I was waiting for, was that email.
Okay.
to
Oh, I
come,
see what you're saying.
Because that's what had happened in the board prior.
Yep.
The email.
That's always the second meeting.
Yeah, but we
of-
had, I remember,
the
at least
year.
my first year, I always remembered what role vice president or president.
It's coming, I promise.
No, that's fine. I was saying, so it's not that, I don't think that anybody was necessarily being not transparent. I was under the impression that I was familiar with that coming, and
Okay.
so that might be, and then the other part is I just want to add is, while Mr. DeJourn didn't serve technically in a leadership role when I was vice president, he was with me every step of the way. We were thinking that Mrs. Griffin was going to leave earlier than expected, and he was at every agenda setting meeting. He basically was vice president right next to me, so he has a ton of experience.
And there is opportunity for leadership roles, even if the title isn't president or vice president, we definitely can open that up to either one of you, depending on what the outcomes are this evening. And we can sit forward in either role together. So we can definitely do that. Okay, anything else?
No.
Okay, Mr. Connors, anything else?
I'm good.
Okay, all right, let's go ahead and put forth our vote. We'll start with Ms. Mainville. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Anybody opposed? 1, 2. 2 opposed? Anybody abstaining?
I guess I'm confused here, Brenda. Can you
Wait.
clarify for me?
Yep, we're voting to see are we voting to see how many votes we have for Ms. Mainville, and then we're gonna vote to see, or not vote, see how many votes we have for Mr. DeJourn.
So right now, you have 2 votes for Ms. Mainville.
We have 2 votes for Ms. Mainville.
My suggestion would then be, you have to now pull the vote for Mr. DeJuan,
Okay,
because there's only 7 people on the
Yep.
board.
yep, so right now we have 2, okay. So for Mr. DeJourn, all those in favor of him for vice president?
Aye.
Okay, those who are against? 2. And I am going to abstain on both, because you are both, in my eyes, perfect for the role. I hope that the 3 of us can go together. So for right now, we have 1 more vote, so we'd have to have 4, so there's gonna have to be, I'm gonna have to vote. We have quorum. So there's gonna have to be a vote. Okay, so I am going to then vote for Mr. DeJourn on the aside for the fact that he is got a little time to be able to be the face of the board when we are both not available. So I'm going to vote for Mr. DeJalorme, so it's 4-2. Do you have all that? Or 4-5?
It should be 5-2.
5-2. All right, I'm just gonna back up because there's a lot going on here. Okay, so just raise your hand so I can count. For Ms. Mainville, yes. 1, 2. Any no's for Ms. Mainville? You have to raise your hand so I can see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And I'm abstaining from that. So then for Mr. DeJalorme, yes, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, so we already did have it. Okay, and then 2. Okay. All right, and I'm going to stick with the abstain. So it is 4-2, Mr. DeJalorme.
4-2-1.
Yes, but, so do we have to now vote on Mr. DeJalorme because we're good? So Mr. DeJalorme, Vice President. All right.
That's my understanding, yes.
Mrs. Geithner, does that sound right? Okay. So then we have to take and sign the oaths of office for Code of Ethics.
She already did.
We did that. It was, okay.
Did you move those?
I had,
Why don't you go ahead and move them
yep,
again?
I'm gonna move them again. All right, so move for the oath of office.
Move it.
And
Second.
Fallon,
This is-
Randall, okay? And then, therefore, this Board of Education held for elections. The results are Mrs. Abelgore for president, Mr. DeJalorme for vice president. And all of those in favor?
Aye.
3, 4, 5. And those for no's? Or did everybody say in favor? I'm just sorry, I can't hear everybody, so. Abstaining?
Abstain.
Abstain.
Okay. Passed 5-0-2. All right, so action 102, voting delegate and alternate for our NISBA conference, which is.
109.
What did I say?
2.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to say that. 109. For our conference, which is in October in Buffalo. Can I have somebody move that?
Move it.
Second.
Okay.
And you know who might be interested in doing that
Yep,
delegation?
that's my question. Next question. Is anybody interested in being the delegate in October? So if you're going to, and Mrs. Perry's not here for me to ask him, maybe you might know, in the last few years, it has been virtual the week before.
Jess, you served 1 year, correct? Was it?
Last year.
Was it the
Was
year,
that
was it the week
virtual?
before virtual and then it was?
Because you didn't do it at the conference, right? You did it the week.
I don't know when it was, but it was definitely virtual. And it was like 7 hours long.
Okay.
I'm
So
not-
it's possible that this year may also be virtual. I know in years past it was at the actual conference.
Yeah.
So is anybody interested in being the delegate? Gotta have you, Mr. DeJalorme. Is anybody interested in being the runner-up in case Mr. DeJalorme cannot be there?
I'll do it in case
Okay.
they can.
And I know for me, it makes a huge difference if it's at the conference or not. If it is
I know.
before and I'm at work, I wouldn't be able to do it. Or was it on a Saturday, Ms. Kepler?
No, it was at night.
It was at night, okay.
Ms. Perry just indicates that it's in person?
It is in person.
She's
So
watching from afar.
thank you, Mrs. Perry, for watching. So would this be something you're still interested in, Mr. DeJalorme and Mr. Crandall?
Yeah.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstaining? Passed 7-0-0. Action 110, appoint deputy district clerk.
Move it.
Second.
Was that Jen?
No, Dan.
Fallon, sorry. Okay, this will be for Ms. Peterson. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstain? Passed 7-0-0. Action 111, appointment of officers.
Move it.
She's down somewhere.
Okay,
She's at the beginning,
From the beginning.
1.04.
1.04. Yep, we go to 700.
wait, I'm sorry.
The appointment of Jean Perry as part of this earlier.
Oh, yes.
Sorry. It was.
Oh, is that what
when I
you
saw
were?
Yeah, you might want to
everything,
read just the resolution, then people know what
Okay.
it is. I think there's just
I
a lot
can-
of words on the page.
Well, I did, except for.
Yep, no, we're good.
Right on there.
You're good.
Okay,
You're good.
all right, so, do you want me to read all the positions? Is that what you're saying?
No, all I was
Okay.
saying, just maybe say it resolved
Yes.
Ann Peterson, that allows,
Yep, yep. So our appointment of officers is Mr. Crandall and Nick second. So all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Passes 700. So action 112 is all of our other appointments. Can I have somebody move that, please?
Move it.
Second.
Yep. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstained? Passed 700. Action 113, appointment of the Committee on Special Education.
Move it.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstained? Passed 700. Action 114, appointment of Committee of Preschool Education.
Move it.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstained? Passed 700. Action 115, Dignity for All Students Coordinators.
Move it.
Second?
Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstained? Passing 700. Action 116, School Law Firm.
Move it.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstaining? Passed 700. Action 117, our bonding of personnel. All those in, or may I have someone move that?
Move it.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstaining? Passed 700. Action 118, official bank depository for all of our funds.
Move it.
Second?
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstaining? Passed 700. Our action 119 is for our official newspaper, which is the Palladium Times and Oswego County Today for online.
Move it.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstained? Passed 700. Action 120, person to certify payroll.
Move it.
Second.
Who is the business manager?
Ms. DiBiase.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Passed 700. Action 121, purchasing agent and agent for temporary investment funds.
Move it.
Second?
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstained? Passed 700. Action 122, attendance at conferences, conventions, workshops, etc.
Move it.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Passed 700. Action 123, authorization to establish petty cash funds.
Move it. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstaining? Passed 700. Action 124 is our startup fund.
Move it.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstaining? Passed 700. Action 125, designation of authorized signatures on checks.
Move it.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Passed 700. Action 126, authorization to approve budget transfers.
Move it.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstaining? Passed 700. Authorization, action 127, authorization to access safety deposit boxes.
Move it.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Passed 700. Action 128, authorize bank as school tax collector.
Move it.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Passed 700. Action 129 is a roll, this one's a roll call. This is for the authorization for the insurance of revenue anticipation and/or tax anticipation notes. If somebody move that.
Move it.
Second.
Okay, but then I will be a yes. Mr. Connors?
Yes.
Mr. Crandall?
Yes.
Mr. DeJolorme?
Yes.
Mrs. Hutchinson?
Yes.
Mrs. Mainville?
Yes.
And Mrs. Papalardo?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Action 130, establish rate for mileage reimbursement.
Move it.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstaining or opposing, abstaining, passed 700. Action 131 is the building use fees.
Move it.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed, abstaining, passed 700. Action 132, the gate receipt
Move it.
and admission fees.
Move it.
Who was the second?
Second.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, passed 700. Action 133, non-resident tuition rates. May I have somebody move it? Was that Jeff?
Yes.
And second?
Second.
Okay. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed, abstaining, passed 700. Action 134, rates for miscellaneous services.
Move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, passed 700. Moving on for our other items, action 201.
Move it.
Second.
Let me read what it is first.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Building principals to suspend students under educational law sections 3213, 3214, and 3216. That was Mr. Crandall and Mrs. Fallon, correct? Mrs. Fallon. Awesome. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Passed 700. Action 202, authorize superintendent to require employees to undergo medical exam under Education Law 913.
Move it.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Passed 700. Action 203, regular board education meetings.
Move it. Second. Whichever. Pick one of them.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Passed 700. Action 204, authorize superintendent to hire staff on a per diem basis.
Move it.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Passed 700. Action 205, approve professional development plan.
Move it.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Passed 700. Action 206, approve code of conduct.
Move it.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Passes 700. Action 207, reaffirm all policies.
Move it.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Passes 700. Okay, we're going to adjourn our reorganization meeting, action 301.
Move it.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Passed 700, 7 o'clock. Okay, we're gonna move right into our regular meeting. So our opening of the meeting is called to order at 7 o'clock. Action 102, approve the agenda.
Move it.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Passes.
This says amended agenda as presented for the July 6, 2021 regular meeting.
Nice catch, Jess. Is that a typo or?
Yeah.
I would assume it should say for this.
For the July 12th, 2023, that's correct.
Yes,
July 12th, 2023.
no worries.
That's
See, the next one is the same.
Okay. So we're gonna have a typo for the next one as well. Okay. So here it should say, all right, so,
Should be approved the minutes.
yep.
Of the June 20th.
So I just want to go back and clarify, so changing the date to July 12th, 2023 for approving the agenda. We have,
Right.
all those in favor was still 7, okay. Action 104, approve the June 27th, 2023 minutes.
Move it.
Second.
That
Was
section
that-
comes out below that, the resolve, that wouldn't need to be there.
Yeah. Who, I'm sorry, who was the second?
Me.
Okay, thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstain?
And 1.03, there is no public forum, there's nobody that signed up. Did you acknowledge that one?
I did not, thank you, Mr. Calvino. President's report, 201 for our meetings and events. Does anybody have any questions? We have 3 upcoming regular board meetings and our NISBA conference is on there. So if you're interested in going to the NISBA convention, if you can let Mrs. Perry know so she can make arrangements for that.
That's Buffalo this year, right?
That is
Correct.
in Buffalo,
And
yes.
she starts very early in the morning. Everybody kind of sits on there at
We're here at
midnight
5
and
o'clock in the
goes.
morning.
So she can get us good spots there. So
Yeah.
that starts on August 8th. So if you can kind of let her know by then, if you know, please reach out to Mrs. Perry. Action 202, approving the Gaylord Chauncey Scholarship.
Move it.
Second.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Passed 700. I would just like to congratulate Harper McClave and Iz Moxley for winning that scholarship. For finance, action 301.
Move it.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstain? Passed 700. Action 3.02 is the surplus of property disposal.
Move it.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstaining? Passes 700. Action 3.03,
Move it.
approving the emergency procurement. Is that Mr. Crandall?
Yes.
Second?
Second.
Okay. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstaining? Pass 700. Moving on for our new business, 4.01, approve committee on special education.
Move it.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, passed 700. Moving on for our personnel, action 5.01, accept resignations.
Move it.
Second.
All those in favor?
Do you want to batch all these?
I could, if there's nobody that has any issues with any.
Do you want to finish this one, or?
Yep, we're gonna finish this one first, but let me go back to the, all those in favor, because I didn't hear who said aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, passed 700. We could batch 502
5.13, I
to
believe.
5.
So you need a
Yep,
resolution to batch.
1.3. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. Batching 5.02 to 5.03, can somebody move that?
Move it. 1-3.
1-3.
5.13. I wrote that down, did I not say that?
0-3.
Yeah, 03, I'm sorry. And who was the second, please? Fallon, okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Pass 700. Okay. All right. Board forum. Would you like to start, Mr. Connors?
Sure. I would like to say congratulations, for our new board members for your first, I know you've done this before, but your first new meeting is new board members again. Something makes me feel I'm still the inexperienced one with the least amount of years in, but I can at least think I'm ahead of somebody now. Great job with your first meeting, Brenda. You did a great job.
Thank you.
And I've been hearing about the summer program from some different people in the community, and it sounds like, it's going well right now. So I hope that continues to go well, and that's all I've got for tonight.
Okay. Mrs. Papalardo.
Nothing tonight. Thank you.
Mrs. Mandel?
I would just like to say that I've seen a lot of kids and a lot of community members outside on the turf, using the tennis courts, walking around our different campuses at the elementary school, junior high, and high school. So that's always a good sight to see. Happy about that. I too have heard nothing but positive things about the summer programs that have started up. So we're off to a good start this summer.
Thank you.
Yep.
Mr. Crandall?
I got nothing.
Nothing? Mrs. Cooper, or not Mrs. Cooper anymore, Mrs. Hutchinson, I'm sorry.
Great job tonight, Mrs. Abelgore, and looking forward to working with everybody. That's it.
Mr. DeJong?
Congratulations on your presidency, Brenda.
Thank you.
I'd like to thank those who voted for me, and I look forward to serving the board.
Thank you. I would like to say I am very excited to start this new year together with this new board. It's going to be a good year. I think that we have some really good voices on this board this year, and I'm just excited to see where we can help with the district with our ideas and our thoughts. Congratulations to Mr. DeJalorme and Mrs. Cooper for officially being here to join us. And I'm going to call you that forever because I will always call you that. And Mr. Connors, he's got a year up ahead of you guys now, so, I like that too. So I would like to really extend that opportunity, Ms. Mainville, if you would like to take up with us to be part of the agenda settings and different things that go along. Because we can all work together. I also believe that everybody on this board is a leader. We're here for a reason, and we can all lead from whatever seat we're from, and that's what's important, is that we grow strong together, and we do exactly what we need to do for our district together. And I'm just having thoughts of a good year, and I hope that
I hope so
you will,
too.
I'm hoping that you'll take us up and
Thank you.
join
I
us.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so we do have an executive session for just a couple items, is that correct?
That's correct, I believe, Mr.
Oh, I'm sorry, because I know. Thank you. 6.02, second public forum. Would anybody like to speak? Thank you, Mrs. Geithner, for pointing that out. Now 6.03 for the executive session. Would somebody like to move that?
Not really.
Move it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Connors. And Fallon. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Pass 700. Okay.
Do we have, so 6.03 was a resolution. Did you have a resolution?
Yep.
I have a different one.
Yep.
Ah, that's why
Executive
the one I
session.
was given was old.
That's why, okay,
I'm like,
okay.
I'm reading this wrong.
So
I didn't know.
we are going to move out into executive session. I'd like to thank all of those of you at home who have joined us this evening, and we will return in a few moments. All right.
I had my special one.
we are back. 7:27, we are going to move action 6.04 for adjournment.
Move it.
Second?
Everyone in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, abstaining, passed 700. Thank you and have a good evening.
So 2 weeks from yesterday.